Welcome to the Garage USA. Thanks for tuning in. This week I will be restoring this Matchbox Jaguar 3.4 liter. This model was manufactured by Lesney in 1962. There were some variations of this model that included different shades of red paint, and some had gray plastic tires and others had black tires. This car features an opening hood that reveals an engine, green tinted glass, and no interior. I think this particular model is held up well for being 57 years old. However, there are some scratches and chips and other signs of wear, and it's ready to be freshened up. So let's get this in the vise and get it apart. There's only one post in this car that needs to be drilled out. I just lift the back of the base up and the front slides out. And there's a dreaded post that I will have to drill out to get the glass out. And there's the hood. And so I will carefully drill out that post. And this is ready for the stripper. I'm going to spray this with some citrus strip and then let that sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. Even after a few minutes, that paint is starting to blister up off of the metal, and that citrus strip is really working its magic. Alright, I can just use a plastic scraper to get all the paint off of there. So I brushed it off with some soap and water. I sanded it, and after my paint fail on the Mercedes, one thing that everyone was commenting on is that I should degrease the car before paint. So I'm just going to clean this up, and then I'm going to also use some of the Tamiya fine primer before I shoot the color. So my girlfriend got me a cake decorating table, which is pretty nice. Lined it with some paper. So now I can set the helping hands on there and spray that. I've got the my little handle on the primer, and we'll go ahead and get it primed. Now that I've given it a couple of coats of primer, I've wet sanded it. The car is looking really good over there. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it in the Duplicolor Victory Red. Alright, so now while I let that dry, I don't have any interior to work on, so I'm going to clean up that windshield with some soap and water. I'm also going to go ahead and show you what I did yesterday. Here I am at my very first die-cast show, so let's go inside and take a look.
Yep. He sure will, just because of the mystery. The orange boosters?
Yeah, they must have said, and that, I talked to a plastic guy, and he says it's not from soldering, that's just a plastic.
It is a, yes. And it's all, but that's what you're saying though. It's on those particular vehicles.
Yeah.
That ratchet.
Yeah. That's a good car. That's worth it. All the matches.
Yeah, I just don't really look anymore. Unless it
Time Rider just did a Volkswagen in purple. This one's pretty nice.
I mean, it's a whole different world. You know?
That's really cool.
Yeah, the next.
Okay.
In 1970, Mattel issued the first 3 cars that were designed by Tom Daniel, the guy that kind of did the monogram if you put models together way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, Mattel had bought Monogram, and so they used 3 of his designs for
these. Okay, cool. Well, that was really cool, and I would like to thank all of the vendors that allowed me to film, and I would especially like to thank the guy at the end there that had his collection from 1970 in that case. That was really cool, and I'm glad that he gave me some information on that. That was just really, really cool of him to do so. And so now, let me go ahead and show you some of the cars that I got today. Okay, so a couple of cars that I picked up at the diecast show is this 50s Chevy truck, and this is a Hot Wheels Plymouth Barracuda, the Mystery Machine, a 67 Pontiac GTO, and this is made by Hot Wheels, a 68 Plymouth, a 70 El Camino, a Chevy Love pickup, a Mazda pickup, a Chevy 1500, a Volkswagen Beetle, another Volkswagen Beetle, another Volkswagen Beetle. Both the convertibles are Hot Wheels. A Matchbox new Beetle. A Hot Wheels Chevy Corvette. Another Hot Wheels Chevy Corvette. And then probably the coolest car that I picked up today is a Ford GT. And that one just really looks nice. And that's what I got at the diecast show today. And now back to the Jaguar. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, and while that dries, I'm going to turn my attention to the base. The base is actually in really good condition, so I'm really not going to do anything with this base other than rinse it in some warm soapy water, and I will end up probably using some steel wool on the ends of these axles. So I'll just let that sit in there for now. Now I just need to put in the glass. Okay, the hood. And then the base just slides in there. And I have a couple of details to paint on the front. And I'll be using my liquid chrome paint pen. And there it is. The Matchbox Jaguar 3.4 Litre by Lesney. It's a very nice car. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm getting some reflection that's kind of funky around that bumper. It actually looks better in person than on film. Let me show you the details on that. And so there are the details on the front of the car and the details on the back of the car. And yes, I did leave the trailer hitch on because it is a restoration, and I just wanted to leave everything as original as I possibly could. And there it is. And I will show you a little before shot of it. And again, the way it looks now. So if you have any suggestions of anything that I could do differently, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd like to thank you for watching this series of videos. If you enjoyed the video that you just watched, go ahead and click like and subscribe. If you have any questions or would like to contact me directly, send me an email at thegaraageusa@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.
Ride.